And following whistleblower reports that were given to us by the chairperson of SCOPA, we have written to both the president and the SIU to ask them to expand the scope of their investigations. As you know, we, as a ministry, we've already established a panel of independent experts to advise the stakeholder and the board on the views of the stakeholders of the Road Accident Fund on how to develop a sustainable operational and governance model at the entity and to review the RAF's business processes and propose actionable recommendations. The department will continue to pursue all necessary measures to restore institutional stability and enhance the RAF's capability to fulfill its statutory obligations to the public by finalizing the Road Accident Benefit Scheme Bill. And what you would understand is that central to ensuring that we have stability at the Road Accident Fund is a bill that would introduce a no-fault system and would also introduce a defined schedule of benefits. And we believe that that is really important if we are to deal with issues of contingent liability that face the organization. Cabinet has also approved the appointment of the Board of Directors for the South African Airways. The chairperson is Ms. Sedzani Faith Mudau, who is a CA by profession and a former SAA employee. The deputy chairperson is Ms. Fatima Ghani, who served on the interim board, which has just completed its term. Other board members are Mr. Chenis Potgieter, Mr. Mongezi India, Mr. Dennis Dlomo, Ms. Pamela Yako, Ms. Bongiwe Pichi, Dr. Salome Chilwani, Dr. Pradish Dala, Mr. Lisa Manko, Ms. Bongiwe Mbomvu, Ms. Sipumolele Dlungwani, and Advocate Johannes Colin Weapond. This team of men and women have collective experience in aviation, air services and airport administration, business, logistics and commercial operations, governance and public policy, law, tourism, security, financial administration and public accounts. The new board will lead an entity that is currently focused on stabilizing its operating model following a return to profitability 2 years ago, and as you know, this year in the recent audit there was a slight deficit. The board will bolster SAA's governance processes by improving responses to audit findings and ensuring that the airline's financial independence is maintained. I want to once again thank the outgoing board who led SAA from the exit from business rescue to becoming a stable flag carrier operating 17 routes, including 3 intercontinental city pairs. We trust that the new board will use the debt-free balance sheet and ring-fenced liquidity to ensure a fleet expansion plan that lifts SAA capacity from 20 to 55 plus aircraft by 2030. To do this, the shareholder expects the new board to embark on a capital raising program supported by internally generated cash, operating leases and market funding that enables fleet modernization without sovereign guarantees. In closing, I'm also pleased to announce the appointment of a non-executive director at Transnet. Following approval by Cabinet, we obtained permission to appoint Ms. Kulekelwa Glenis Mbonambi as the most suitable candidate to fill a vacancy of a non-executive director on the Transnet board for the remaining term of office of the current board. As a CA, Ms. Mbonambi brings much-needed financial skills to the organization. This appointment is especially important as we navigate Transnet towards financial stability which is part of our overall drive to achieve speedy financial recovery and sustainability of the company. Important determinants for gaining required operational efficiencies so desperately needed in freight logistics, port services, and contributing to overall trade growth and job creation. The appointment will be aligned to the remaining period of the board's first term, which is due to expire in July 2026. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Minister. So that was pretty much a straightforward statement. I'd be surprised if there's explosive questions from you. But nonetheless, we will open the floor for questions. I already see Roy getting ready to raise his hand. So we'll take 3 sets of questions, 3 each. So now the floor is yours, colleagues. Questions? But also online, where is Marcus?
There's no question at the moment. There's no question necessarily.
Okay. Right. Right. Okay. So I take it that, as I said, the statement is straightforward. I think we've covered all the ground. It was simply to expand on the cabinet statement. As I said, we will take the one-on-ones soon after we end the conference. But once again, is there any issue? So I don't see any hands. So colleagues, that brings us to the end of the press conference. So I would then urge those who are doing the one-on-ones just to remain where you are. So fortunately, there isn't many of you today, so those who are still interested to stay, they can stay. But the minister, I'm also arresting you on your chair, and the deputy minister. And then we'll take the one-on-ones. Colleagues, thank you so much. That brings us to the end of the press conference. Thank you. Roy? If you can come through, Roy. I know that ENCA brought a camera. Okay. Oh, you're streaming. Okay. Okay. So for now we have Roy. Sorry? SABC as well? Okay. So I think you can set up. Roy, can we take you at the end? We'll take SABC first, then Roy.
Also newsroom.
Newsroom as well. Okay. So we'll start with SABC and then... Yeah. Let's set that up. SABC, if you can, you're going to set up here.
Those markers, those the pen. That's actually a good.
I don't know, whatever. But guys, they can remove the banner. Colin, can you remove the banner? Arena reflection. Yeah.
There's a reflection. There's a reflection. No, she's going to come. Oh,
Yeah, you can remove.
Yeah, she can sit there.
Then I'll stand there. Yeah.
How?
She'll stand here and
Sure.
and the height is on this, but
Okay, I'm gonna come stand.
Okay.
No, he wants you there.
it's fine. It's fine. You can sit.
I think apparently there's a reflection or what.
You want me here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's hope my voice can cope. My voice is a bit bad today. This flu refuses to
No, it's very stubborn. I still feel it's very, very stubborn.
I mean, this is 4 weeks. Yeah, I'm going back to the doctor tomorrow to tell him please do something.
At the end, we just summarize.
Okay.
Okay,
So if you just
Take notes of
take the line.
transcribe.
Start with the priorities that you set for the interim board at REF.
Well, I think obviously the first priority of the interim board is to establish governance and financial stability in the organization. I think it's a matter of public record that as far as many members of the public are concerned who really would want to claim from the road accident fund, they feel that their claims go into a void. And we've said to the interim board that it's of critical importance that they establish a proper system to receive complaints of potential beneficiaries who haven't been paid, to be able to investigate those complaints, and obviously to be able to give a response. Of course, what we also want to ensure is that the organization achieves financial stability. We know that the organization has been in court with the Auditor General, with the Revenue Services, and with various other government agencies. We are not in favor of government agencies taking each other to court. We believe that those matters must be resolved through dialogue and negotiation. We also believe that these court cases have masked underlying problems, such as the magnitude of the contingent liability that the Road Accident Fund faces. We need to be able to fully quantify that contingent liability. We also need to be able to fully understand all of the default judgments that have occurred against the organization, so that we can begin to work out a way of paying outstanding debt and placing the organization on a sustainable footing.
And then let's move to Transnet in terms of your assessment as to where we are in terms of addressing our logistics challenges that have been said to be dragging economic activity.
Look, I think that we're involved in a huge change process in the freight logistics sector. A change process that is bringing on board new operators, that will bring in private investors to support the development of our rail and port that really haven't had major investment over the past 50 years. I think it's very important that we modernize our whole freight logistics system, and obviously the government purse is limited in its ability to do that at the current time. Of course, Transnet, through their war room, have been making strides, and those strides have increased the number of tons that we are transporting on the rail network. Transnet have also brought in new equipment into the ports, and that new equipment, together with commitment by workers in those ports, have increased the turnaround times of loading and unloading ships. And we're very pleased about those developments. But what we understand is that South Africa has the potential to be a sub-regional maritime hub. But that will require significant investment. We need to be able to modernize the whole system so that customers can feel that our system is an appropriate system to use for the transportation of goods. We're very keen to move a lot of freight from road back onto rail. That, of course, doesn't mean that you won't always have trucking as a last mile important transport option. But we are concerned by the amount of long-distance freight that there is on our roads. It obviously impacts on the quality of roads and on road safety. But, of course, for the customer, road transportation is very, very expensive compared with rail transportation. So these are all issues that need attention. The appointment that we're making on the Transnet board is of a CA. That's obviously very important because the Audit and Risk Committee requires a CA. Of course, as we embark on the massive changes that we're bringing into Transnet, we want to make sure that the organization is financially stable. Last month, the Minister of Finance announced additional guarantees for Transnet, which we were very pleased to receive. But I think that it's a complicated time for the organization. Change, as they say, is pain. But I think we believe that we are starting to develop a common vision of where we need to go to with the organization, and we're very pleased that all forces are pulling in a common direction.
Okay, thank you. We can summarize
Which part do you want to?
All of the above.
Okay.
the first one is on RAF and then
Kafishane nje umhlonishwa ungqongqoshe ubememezela ukuthi izolo icabinet isinikeza igunya lokuba siqoke ibhodi lesikhashana kwi-Road Accident Fund elinomsebenzi obalekile ukuqinisekisa ukuthi kunozinzo ngaphakathi enhlakeni zokusebenza kwayo iREF nokuqinisekisa ukuthi ukusebenza kwezezimali sizokwazi ukulungisa inkinga ezikhona nokukhokheka ngesikhathi nangendlela efanele imali kufanele zinikezwe abantu bakithi abasuke beyidinga. Ubeseke kuba ukukhathazeka esinakho ngokuhlala ezinkantolo ngaphakathi kwayo iREF ukufaka phakathi icala elithinta umcwaningi mabhuku kanye nabeyintela uSARS. Ngakho ke iboard lesikhashana linikeza umyalelo ukuthi zonke lezo zinto ezifana nalezo zilungiswe ngoba yize noma sikhathazekile ngazo kodwa zisivezele ububanzi nokujula kweinkinga ezingaphakathi kwayo iRoad Accident Fund. Njoba ke sasonke ukuthi kunomsebenzi obalekile owenziwa uTransnet, namhlanje bekuphinde kusimemezela ukuthi kuyibhodi sifake umuntu onolwazi lwezezimali CA uqinisekisa ukuthi uTransnet uyalekeleleka kuleyo minhla eqondene nalokho. Nanjengoba ungqongqoshe wezezimali kukhona isabelo sokweseka asinikeze sona emavikini ambala edlule ukuze uTransnet ukwazi ukubhekana nenselelo zawo. Sizimiseleke ukuqhubeka nomsebenzi wokuletha uzinzo kuyena uTransnet njengoba kokunye kulungisa ukusebenza kwamachweba aseningizimu Afrika ngendlela efanele nokulethwa kwezingqalasizinda nensiza kusebenza nokulekelela ke ukuthi umsebenzi wokususa ukuthuthwa kwempahla emgwaqeni ungene eitimeleni usheshe, okungasho ukuthi abama-truck bazobe sebekhishwa nabo ekusebenzeni ngaphakathi. Ngakho ke zonke lezi inyathelo besimemezela namhlanje ziqonda ukuletha uzinzo ngaphakathi kuka Road Accident Fund SAA kanye noTransnet nesinenkolelo ukuthi abaqokiwe bayaqonda ukubanzi nokubaleka kwalomsebenzi nobuphuthuma ukuze sikwazi ukufeza lokho okumele bakwenze ngaphakathi einhlakeni zethu.